Now for problem 4, we have a parabola which we want to find the equation of in vertex form. First, we remember that vertex form is y equals a times x minus h squared plus k, where hk is the vertex, and importantly, a is the stretch or shrink, the vertical stretch or shrink. So let's look at this parabola. The vertex is right here at the point 1, negative 6. So that tells me that h is 1 and k is negative 6. So I can plug that into my equation to get y equals a times x plus 1 squared, because I take that's just x minus 1 squared minus 6. Now I just need to figure out a, which is the vertical stretch or shrink. So an easy way to do that, or a simple way to do that, is when you go to look at how the y value changes when you move over 1 from the vertex. So when I move over 1 from the vertex, I go up 3. So that tells me there's a vertical stretch of 3, so a equals 3. And our final answer is y equals 3 times x minus 1 squared minus 6. Now we want to find the equation of this parabola in intercept form. First, the intercept form of a parabola is y equals a times x minus p times x minus q, where p0 and q0 are roots, and a is the stretch or shrink. So here we can see one root is 0, 0, and another root is negative 2, 0. So that tells me that p equals 0 and q equals negative 2. So I can plug that into my equation to get y equals a times x minus 0 times x minus negative 2, which is x plus 2. Now I need to find a. I can see that the vertical stretch there isn't one by looking at this, but I'm going to choose to do it algebraically because sometimes, particularly with standard form problems, you won't be able to see if there is see what the vertex is to look at. So we have a point 1, 3, so I'm going to plug in that point to get 3 is equal to a times 1 times 3. This says that 3 equals 3a, which means that a equals 1. Awesome. So that gives us our final answer of y equals x minus 0 times x plus 2, which we could further simplify to x times x plus 2. Now we have a parabola which we want to find the equation of in standard form. So standard form is y equals a times x squared plus bx plus c. So the way we're going to do this is to first find the equation in another form, either vertex or intercept, and then convert it into standard form. This parabola's vertex is difficult to see, but its roots are very clear. They're at the points 4, 0 and negative 1, 0. So that means we want to use intercept form. Intercept form is y equals a times x minus p times x minus q, where p and q refer to the roots. So if I have negative 1 and negative 4, we know y equals a times x plus 1 times x minus 4. Now we just need to figure out a. I'm going to pick a point algebraically, which is 0, negative 4. You get negative 4 is equal to a times 0 plus 1 times 0 minus 4, which gives me negative 4 is equal to negative 4a. So that tells me that a is 1. So I have y equals x plus 1 times x minus 4. And now all I have to do is convert that into standard form. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to distribute x plus 1 times x minus 4 to get x squared times x minus 4, which is minus 4x, plus 1 times x, which is x, and then minus 4, which simplifies to x squared minus 3x minus 4. So my final answer is y equals x squared minus 3x minus 4. Now we are going to find the equation of this parabola in standard form again for 6b. This time it's pretty clear we cannot use intercept form because this parabola has no roots, so it would be impossible. But luckily the vertex is very clearly defined at the point 1, 2. So we can use vertex form, which is y equals a times x minus h squared plus k. So this will become, with my vertex, y equals a times x minus 1 squared plus 2. Now I need to figure out a. Well, when I move over 1 from the vertex, I go up 1. So that tells me there's no stretch or shrink, so a is 1. So I get y equals x minus 1 squared plus 2. Now I just need to convert that into standard form. So to do that, I'm going to distribute. So I get y equals x minus 1 times x minus 1 plus 2. So I will get y equals, when I distribute, x squared minus 2x, because x times negative 1 is negative 1, and then another, negative 1 times x, so it's negative 2x, and then plus 1 plus 2, because negative 1 times negative 1 is 2. Simplifying, I get y equals x squared minus 2x plus 3, and that's my equation in standard form.